It's the spring equinox today, and it's over 16 centigrade at the moment. So bees here very, very busy bringing in lots of pollen, mainly yellows, but some whites, some oranges, some variations. Always good to see the bees coming out of winter and into spring in strength and numbers like this. And there's some white there as well as the yellows. Got it on very much a close-up now, more so that you can see the pollen colours and how much the pollen loads are. What happens is when they're coming out of winter to spring and temperatures rise, they get the pollen and nectar flows, which, especially with the pollen here now, coming back in such large numbers, quantities, that they sort of pack it into the hive, and this protein to feed the larvae, which stimulates the queen bee into laying. So after being fairly dormant on the laying front, the queen, sometimes they don't stop laying completely, depends on conditions, but they go down to a very small number on the shortest day or coldest day in winter. But when they come into main flow and queen's working at her maximum, she's laying 2,000 eggs a day. So obviously then there is the need to create extra space to allow for all the brood rearing. In this case it'll be a case of moving from this deep nuke. I'll be putting them into a full size poly hive. That looks like it's going to have to happen pretty quick. Because I should imagine the amount of these have been so busy right through that I'd imagine that they're pretty much running out of space in here, and you don't want them to drive them out to a swarm so early in the season and lose them. It can be a case sometimes of you take the odd frame out to give them extra space to lay into, so that the queen's got somewhere to lay, because they can all be covered and packed in stores and pollen. And then leave the queen with no space to lay, which that's not what you want. But like I say, in the case here, it will be getting put into a full-size hive ASAP. So that should do the trick. Kept in here for as long as possible so that they, being a nuke, didn't have to be heating a bigger area in a main hive, with it being a late started nuke in the season. So done that with a few and left them. Excuse the croaky voice, but got throat infection, sounding like the Dalek. And people who worry about the bees, I've got a few hives on this roof where I'm at the moment. I am only a couple of feet away from the hive, but I'm not obstructing it or doing them any harm, and the bees quite happy just landing on me, crawling up my arms, landing on my head, crawling about. They don't just go into a stinging frenzy as some people think. If I was opening the hive and removing frames, I would put a veil or a suit on, but just to be close to the hives like this, there is no threat. Right, I think I'd better get on and check some of the other hives, see what's going on. Bye for now.